Buttercup.
Hi,
Hey,
Carla.
Hey, hey,
There it is. Wow, that's the first time today.
I know, because I started every other live like this. Look at Motherboard.
Motherboard. I'm sure Judith and Carla have already seen it. I feel like
it's fun. It's a fun thing. It's a fun thing that I just decided to own as of like this weekend instead of putting makeup over it, because it's not good for it to put makeup over it. So I decided after 3.5 months, I was going to just own it and wear my glasses more, because it kind of hides it. But welcome to Q&A Monday right here on the Face of Books and the U of Tubes.
Hi, Laura. Hi, Mr. Milligan.
Very happy to be here.
You guys.
In December.
What is happening?
It is December 9th.
It's crazy to me. You guys, I posted a pic today of our little Jackman. It popped up on my memories. Yeah, right, Laura? Look, at least you can see out of it right now. But it is, having something that's painful is one thing. Having it on your
that's really ugly and
is
painful.
Another thing. I love that you said ugly first, but like.
Well, you said having something that's painful is one thing, but having something that's ugly and painful, that's another thing.
Do you mean me, Rob, or Jay's friend under eye? LOL.
We named her Motherboard. Her name is Motherboard, and we're gonna figure it out. We're gonna figure it out. I finally reached out for help.
Rob said AU3. That's what sister's replying to. Do you mean me or Jay's friend on her eye? I agree with you, Carla. I agree with you.
Thank you.
It's been a little bit of and on the agenda of tonight's meeting of this Snazzy Spectacles Club.
Right.
I love you so much. It's been a little bit of a battle for Jay, Carla, just so you know. To be like, listen, your eye needs to heal. It's obviously not healing. She's doing all the stuff and things. I will say it's a lot, like we talked to a lot of cat parents about this. Something's wrong, and then we throw the kitchen sink at it.
Yeah.
And that's what we've been doing with Jay's
That's what I did at the beginning.
Right.
Is I threw the kitchen sink at it, and then nothing was really working. So then I stopped, and I was like,
stopped everything.
How about I just ignore it and it'll
go
away?
Also doesn't work.
That also didn't work.
Right.
So I mean, it kind of worked for a minute. But did you close the?
No, I left it open because.
Okay, because I hear him.
Jack.
I hear Z. Z?
You hear Z?
Yeah.
I couldn't find Z.
I just heard
but
him.
He wasn't out there. Tonight on Adventures and Head Counts of Cats. Do you guys do this? Like before you go to bed, you're like, yes, all the doors are locked, all the windows are closed. You get into bed and you're like, wait, when was the last time I saw? I have to get up and go do another head count, right? Like it just keeps happening. Jacob, I have a cat and a young kitten that like to play rough. The kitten instigates it, but my cat gets overstimulated and I think he starts playing too rough and the kitten squeals sometimes. This is where I would definitely encourage you to pay attention to body language. If you see the hair start to like stand up, if there is are you serious? No.
Sorry.
1 second, Jacob. 1 second. So how long has that been?
Well, let's see. Was it when Dom left?
And that's what I heard earlier.
Yeah, so he got out into the shop. This is why we do the head count. So he got out into the shop. I mean, totally fine. But he got out into the shop and he was crying. And I was like, he sounds like he's far away crying. So, of course, I look outside.
That's why I went outside to look in between lives.
Yeah.
Okay, so Zorro has been found. Yes. Jacob, yeah, I just want to know, it's fine if they sleep, if it's fine if they sleep in the same room. I would say, yeah. I mean, here's the thing, especially kittens, older cats will teach them like those socialization skills of play. Keep in mind that cats are little predatory beasties. So a lot of that play is hunting action, right? They're gonna roll around, they're gonna rough and tumble, they're gonna do those things. That's where, like, when we had kittens for the first time in a very long time, we were like, is this normal? Like, they are doing lots of crazy stuff. Yeah, it is normal for kittens. If your older cat is getting, a little overstimulated, that might be where you want to kind of step in have everyone pump the brakes, do some scheduled play sessions just with the kitten. But if they seem like they like each other at least sometimes, then that's awesome. Then you've got a situation where your older cat is helping your kitten kind of learn the ropes and find their place in their new home.
Yeah. Okay. I want to jump through a couple of these real quick. I am doing warm compresses. I'm doing them more frequently now, like over the past 4 days or so.
Shingles is terrible.
But
Angie,
but yes, I am doing warm compresses. Amber, as the postal issues continuing in Canada, there's a Canadian strike. We had to shut off. So we left our we left it open for Canadian customers to purchase during the Black Friday sales because we didn't want them to miss out on these sales, even knowing that we can't actually ship it yet because of the postal strike. But we had to shut them off now. So Canadians can't order until the postal strike is over. However, we have a lot of Canadian customer orders. Is it better to continue on the full treatments and just go without for a while, or is it better to continue to ration it? If she's doing good, if Cricket's doing good on the rationing, then continue rationing. I will also tell you that Adrian and I are working really hard, and we've been in contact with UPS and FedEx. And we're gonna end up we're gonna do something special for you guys. We're gonna eat it, but we're gonna do something special to get these orders hopefully to you guys that won't
the strike is just not,
it won't
does
be
not
affected
seem
by
like it's going to end anytime soon.
Yeah.
And,
so we just want to get these orders out to all the
ration
kitties.
for now, but yeah, I don't think UPS is going to be a thing. But Amber, if you can,
no, but FedEx might.
As our beautiful VIP with the baby cricket that I love so much, if you can confirm, because FedEx is.
I'm sure there's tons of delays in all shipping right now because of the strike. Because FedEx was like, oh, it gets there in like 2 to 7 days or something, and now it's like it will get there. And so
now
of
it's
course
showing
probably,
estimated delivery unknown.
Right.
So, you know.
But it's not that they're necessarily like they are affected by it, but they're getting all the business from
USPS,
US or
Canada Post.
Post.
Yeah.
And so they're probably really overwhelmed and having to like hire people.
Yeah, but if you could confirm that FedEx does deliver to you, because we've gotten a couple messages that say, we need a special courier service because FedEx and UPS don't deliver to this area. If you would confirm that, I think we're going to have to go through all of our Canada orders and find out. But FedEx is saying that they can confirm that they can deliver to Canada.
Right.
We've just heard from customers that they say, FedEx can deliver or UPS can deliver, but FedEx cannot. So in their area. So if you would let me know for sure, we're leaning towards a FedEx solution at this point.
Right.
For the orders
it'll be a little less expensive for us.
Way more expensive than USPS.
Yeah. But it's okay. Laura said, I have long hair cat. Aside from brushing every day, is there other things I can do to help with clumps? She's getting them often. This is a good one.
Laura,
we had Mr. Biddles.
My Mr. Biddles of love. He was a long hair cat. He had a really dense undercoat. Like it was almost like wool. And what I would do every day, every morning, one of my favorite things, I would give him a little rub down because they would seemingly pop up overnight. It's like however he laid. And what I would do is if it was a very little mat, then I would just try to grab it and pull it apart and it would pull right out. If you get these mats that are a little bit bigger and you obviously cannot, you don't want to pull them out. You can't cause that kind of you're pulling up all their skin. Try to, if your cat will let you, pull parallel to the body or horizontal, right? Like whatever that is. Don't pull up.
Like she's doing with her hands right now.
Pull
sideways.
Yeah, sideways with the body, right? So that you're pulling them into smaller clumps, and then those can be easier to just kind of lift out.
Or if you have to cut them,
if a big mat happens and you got to get rid of it because that's where those skin sores can come from if left untreated, then what I would do is just wait for a nice relaxed moment, and I would grab the skin. You can feel the skin. You can feel where the mat starts, and I would take scissors and cut the top off. At that point, then you can also just kind of do that pull apart, even use a wire brush or a slicker brush and kind of break that up. And you're going to see a lot of dandruff and stuff in there. I try to have a look at it to make sure there's not a sore underneath, but But those are with those really dense undercoats of some of these long-haired cats. That's one way. That rub down every day is really important, because with our Mr. Bettles, we left for a weekend once. We came back and it was like, oh my God, there's like golf balls attached to him, because it would just mat up so quickly. So
yeah, and
too.
omega-3 fatty acids.
Really
like
a big
in
help.
like
I
in the
wish
form
we
of
had.
Antarctic krill oil, really, really, really good for these cases. So that leads us to the next question, which is, what brand of fish or krill oil do you recommend? So
Christina, this is going to be a long-winded.
So to be very honest with you, we have been using a brand for many, many years of Antarctic krill oil for our cats that we have found to be the most palatable and the most cost efficient and effective for our kitties. The formulator for that was a veterinarian that we love and trust, and they had got that she no longer recommends their products, and she has disassociated with that brand. So we have been on a search for months now to find the best of the best when it comes to krill oil, specifically because when it comes to our cats, how it's lots of things. We have found a solution. But we have not found
a product. We have found a producer.
We have found a producer.
And so now.
And so we will be bringing that to you guys in the cat community very soon, within the first Q1, first quarter of 2025. For now, there is a fish oil called Nordic Naturals. There's a lot of actually good fish oils out there. But the thing is that they are typically made with dogs in mind, not with cats in mind. And so just like my cat tip said today, we need to use it within 30 days and we need to keep it in the refrigerator. If it is not in an airtight container, it is exposed to oxygen. Every time we open it, it starts to degrade. And so these are the reasons why we have to keep it in the fridge and dispose after 30 days. So don't do like we did and, find these awesome brands and buy because you get more bang for your buck if you buy the big ones and get the big ones, because then we're wasting a whole lot. And it's just going to oxidize and not be that great. So get the smallest possible.
I'm going to bring this one up. Fortunately, Mr. Milligan, I love you so much. Fortunately, overstimulation is definitely not an issue for these two geriatric, resource-consuming ingrates. But freeloader Mickey, has been going through a spell of yakking most of his meals, hitting his dish with catalyst the last couple of days. No landmines found today on the tacky beige carpet. It helps and enables his body its own ability to recover whatever's going on with him.
I love that
so much. My God. I
love the way that you're such a wordsmith. That's
your book.
That's great. Catalyst is absolutely great for all types of digestive issues. It is fantastic for things like hairballs. It is really good for skin and coat as well. So Catalyst is, thank you, Rob, for that. Catalyst is linked in our bio and on our website, our #1 best-selling product because it does so many awesome things for our kitties.
Consuela said I'm ordering on Wednesday.
Yay, we still have our sale going on. So Sissy has the ticker going on here. We have our sale going on until the 14th. For 15% off of anything for our Catmas sale. And the discount code is Catmas instead of Christmas. It's Catmas. Easy. So you guys can get 15% off of anything on our website until the 14th of December using that code.
Yes.
Hi, Malaya.
Hey, welcome.
Welcome.
Happy Monday, Q&A Monday.
Organic coconut oil also helps. Yes, Jennifer. Oh, that's Sissy. It's like, yes, Jennifer Lopez. Yes.
Sissy, Jennifer Lopez is here in the background. We can see her. You guys can't. She is our
executive director and her sister. Yes. Yes, you can use a little organic coconut oil on the mats too. We love Cocoa Therapy. Great products. We always keep them on hand. They're good for constipation, lots of different things.
They're great to cook with as well.
Yeah, you can put that on topically. Helps to loosen it up. You can also put it on their paw pads or give it to them as a treat. And it really helps the skin and coat. Another
Amber said, what are your thoughts on cornstarch on mats? I have never tried that. I haven't heard of that.
Me either.
I would be curious. I mean, I
See
am
the
sure that's something I would have tried.
safety and efficacy of cornstarch for cats.
Well, hey, baby
I would love to. I feel like
Maddie,
it wouldn't be
do you wanna
bad.
say
We
hi?
put cornstarch in our
Glass
in our
cleaner.
glass cleaner.
I don't know
because
what
it's
it would
safe.
do though. You know, if it would help with the mat.
I don't know as far as like
mats.
ingestion. What the? Does she have a little bump on her tail right here?
Do you?
Do you hear? Right here.
Baby girl. I don't feel it.
Cat
Do you have a bump on your
101. Liquid coconut oil or the more solid version that looks like lard. You know, so coconut oil, and it's like organic coconut oil. When it's cold, it will get lard-ish, and when it's warmer, it will get oil. So you can do it either way. Our cats, they'll take it either way. Our older cats actually liked it more in the like lard form. So you can put it in the fridge. You can put it in the fridge and then
let
it out.
them lick it down like
and let them lick it like an ice cream. I mean, they didn't like it really cold, but if you can harden it, then actually this time of year, probably all of our coconut oil is hard.
Yeah,
at this time of year.
But what I would do, and depending on your comfort level, I would literally just take the half a teaspoon, put it on my finger so it's starting to soften, and let them lick the whole thing. But my fingers would start melting it, and it was a delicious experience for all of us.
I put it on it. Delicious for you. Did you lick it after them?
No, I didn't. But I was happy for them, and they seemed to like the melting.
I liked it on a spoon, and I would just give it to them on a spoon. And they'd be like, "Oh, okay."
Give it a try. Hi, Tab. Rub it into the mats as well.
You can absolutely rub it into. Yeah, it's really good on skin. It's good on so many things topically too. Rashes, cuts, abrasions. You can put coconut oil on, and for yourself too. You can put coconut oil on topically for so many different things. Paw pads, right? Like, so I don't know where you guys live, but for us here, we live in the desert and it's very dry, and now it's getting cold. And so they can get like, really dry paw pads or even cracked.
It's chalky.
Ours haven't yet. These haven't, but our older cats, back in the day, they would sometimes, and we would put the organic coconut oil on their paw pads. On the paw pads. Yep. It's great
awesome.
For that.
And if they lick it, it's totally fine. It's totally
good.
Safe.
Very healthy.
Be prepared for a couple paw prints if you guys do this.
Yeah, if you have,
don't be messed up with it. It's
if you
totally
decided that it was a wise idea to get the high gloss laminate flooring, then you will see spots on the floors.
Oh my goodness, Wonderland or bust. Hey, ladies, wondering if you guys have harness trained any of your kitties. Very beginning stages with my Olive.
Take any
I'll
tips
take
or
any
tricks.
tips or trips you have.
Okay. I will be very honest.
You.
I will be very honest with you and say that we have not completely gone through.
We have one cat.
We have one cat that we have trained. We have started the process. We didn't finish the process. That's what I'll tell you. Then we built a catio, and we were like, okay, too many cats. If we only had one cat, we would absolutely do this. If we only had two cats, probably we would absolutely do this. I will say, I want you to follow Surfer Cat.
Yes.
Okay. So Surfer Cat Mav, they have the best tips and tricks. They have taught us a whole lot. We interviewed them not long ago. They should be on the list.
Sissy.
We interviewed them.
You are, girl.
Yep.
Sissy's dropping.
Interviewed them not long ago. The owners of Maverick, where they taught us so many things. For instance, when you are taking your cat out of the house, you put on their harness, but you don't open the door and let them go out. You pick them up and walk them over the threshold. So never
let them walk the threshold themselves.
Right.
Never let them think it's a good idea to go outside themselves.
Right. So you carry them over the threshold before you go for a walk or before you take them out, because then we're going to cut back on that door dashing thing where then, I'm drinking or my friends are coming over or we've got something going on and we open the door and your cat will jet out because they feel comfortable jetting out. So we don't.
Hi, D.
One of the biggest tips that I was like, oh, well, that's brilliant. I've never even thought of that. Consistency is also key. And that's where we fell short. And that's why we stopped and invested in a catio.
But
is because consistency is key. If you are going to be training your cat to go outside on a harness, we want to do it in small amounts at first and then increase over time. But if you can do it at the same time every day, then the studies have shown that this type of routine is so great for our cat's overall anxiety and stress. And it is, and going outside is too. So if we could put this together so that they know at the time each day, we're also going to cut back on that like whining to go outside all the time, because they know they get to go out at this time and at this time, or just even once a day, whatever it is that works with your schedule. Consistency is going to be key.
I want to say one quick thing. So with your Olive, if you're just starting, very beginning stages, if Olive is one of those like where you put anything on her and she just like falls over, then take a step back, right? Like let your cat get comfortable with being in a harness. Do lots of like with Zorro, I do remember doing lots of like almost distraction, like playtime with his favorite toy, like doing things that make them lots of positive reinforcement.
And he hasn't been out on a walk in a long time, but I will tell you that he's still to this day. When we were gone last month to Seattle at the Sea Meow convention, we bought him this what do you call it?
It's a scarf.
A scarf. We bought him a scarf. It's a bandana type scarf, right? Super cute. It's a little fine tartan. Yeah. And so we wanted to put it on him and get pictures. We put it on him and he went straight to the back door because he knew that
if something was on him,
it's time to go outside.
Denise D. Great tip here from D, who has harness trained more cats than we have.
Correct.
Have them wear the harness around the house
at the beginning. Yes, that's something that they also taught us from Surfer Cat.
Yes, so it's really cool to and think about your parameters. Is it something you're going to be able to do once a day, twice a week? What is the routine that you can do it? Because I think building that routine, because if you've got a cat that you recognize outdoor enrichment is really something that's exciting, like it is for Zorro, then try to put it on a routine from the get. Hey Sissy, can you ban this Marco Berg?
Excuse me. Hi Tab. Have you ever had a cat with infected back paws? I went to the vet, but he's just treating the infection for now. Could it be an allergy to food or pine pellet litter? Yes, it could be either, right? So,
just the back paws.
Yeah, if it could be a number of different things. It could also be a chemical in your home that like a floor cleaner or a detergent, or it could be a lot of different things. There is some testing that you could do. We have a feline hair and saliva test kit in our shop that you could get and send off at home, where it's really easy. So you can find all the sensitivities that they are like allergic to or they're sensitive to. But getting to the root of the matter is important in order to if you don't do testing, and sometimes even if you do, right, we might have to do a little bit of we have to play the elimination game. If it could be food for sure. So what we have to do is switch them to a completely different food. And that doesn't mean they like chicken from Purina, so we're going to switch them to chicken from Blue Buffalo. No, it could be the chicken, right? So we want to switch them to a more novel protein, preferably a high moisture, species appropriate type diet if possible, and see if it is the food, right? And then if not, and then check their environment, right? What's going on in their environment? When did this start? What happened? Could there have been something, if it came on suddenly, what did you just switch to pine pellet litter? Because they could have an aversion to pine pellet litter.
Pine pellet litter though should be kiln dried, so there shouldn't be any oils in it.
Right.
So that is rare. But
well, it is, but I mean, so is this.
Test, don't guess. Look at Jay's motherwort in her eye.
That is also rare.
Hey, Lisa said, my friend and I were having a debate. She said, you can wash your cat's bowls, for example, with hand soap. And I say, no, just mild dishwashing liquid. Is one better than the other? I will say that I have never washed our cat's bowls in hand soap. Well,
that's because our hand soap. So it really depends on the soap, right?
The cheap bulk hand soap.
Right. And then so our hand soap is chemical ridden and
we use plant-based dishwashing soap.
Yeah.
So I don't know if we're any help to that debate.
Well, I will say it depends on the soap, right? So if you get some like high quality plant-based, awesome hand soap, it's fine. And you use your dish soap that's, Dawn or whatever, that's just like the typical like dishwashing soap, then I would go with the hand soap. But if you use some like natural or make your own dishwashing soap, but you use the cheap hand soap like we do, then you want to go with the dishwashing soap, right? Like it's more about the ingredients as far as what's safe for our cats.
I love this. Amber said you can use a ferret harness to start harness training your kitty if they're too small for the cat.
We tried
ones.
that. Somebody sent us a ferret.
Good idea. What I will say about Surfer Cat Mav or surfercat.com is that you reach out to Nick and Kayla, you let them know what your cat's dimensions are. We got one of these for Rita Hogan's kitty, a custom. You let them know what they are. And
much bigger than a ferret.
They do a great job of helping customize their escape-proof harnesses, so you can actually get one. And I love that they really do talk about what they've learned from Maverick, the Surfer Cat Mav, as far as why some cats really have a hard time with those awesome like Velcro harnesses that cover their their underbody. They want like less coverage. There's so much. I want to if we can find that podcast and pop it in the comments, I will. Because they're full of just years of experience of traveling with cats, harness training cats, traveling all over the world. Last question of the evening, because I think we're way over in time. And Sissy has been working since 5:30 a.m. overtime. Is from D. How many ounces of raw food do you feed one cat a day?
Per day.
I love this question. This is going to depend on the age of the cat, the health condition of the cat,
exercise of the cat,
the activity level. For our babies, I will say we probably are feeding.
The boys get more than the girls.
Yeah, they do. They eat more than the girls. Mm-hmm. 3 to 4 ounces. Is he back in the shop?
It's so like 2.5 to 3 ounces twice a day.
Twice a day. Yep. Z.
And for some of our girls, it's more like 2 ounces twice a day. And
like sometimes
Zora will sometimes get like 3.5 ounces twice a day, right? Like it really depends on where they're at.
Sometimes Jack will just eat 8 ounces a day because he's my little foodie.
Yeah. So we don't measure it. We're not like those cat parents that have like a little measuring thing on their kitchen counter, and we measure to make sure they're getting. If they had some type of health issue, we would. When we start to see that they're a little chunky, we cut back on the food that we feed them. We give them a little bit less.
But it's activity, appetite, whatever is going on. I think that there's a certain, especially
they're much more active right now than they are in the summer.
If you're starting Ratatouille on raw food, give him as much as he will eat all the time.
Kittens
with Madison Grace. Hey, baby girl, say hi. Madison Grace and her brother Jack. Both the same age. Jack to this day still eats twice as much as Madison, and we fed them 5 times a day raw food meals. And when they were little, when they came to us at like 6 weeks old, so when they're growing, they're going to eat 1.5 to 3 times as much as mature adults. Now that they are technically mature adults, Jack still eats twice as much as Madison. But he's also outrageously more active than she is.
Yep.
As she sits on my lap.
Amy, should you switch a senior food for an 11-year-old kitty? He has no issues and is very healthy. Just curious. Yes, I would say absolutely. For all of us, and no matter the age of our cats, we should never be feeding them, if at all possible, we should not be feeding them the same food every meal, every day, day in and day out for the rest of their lives. That is not something that
switch to a senior food. So senior cat food diets are just like indoor cat food diets, or just like hairball formula diets.
I thought we were saying, should we switch a senior
active? Or just like kitten for like.
Yeah, and the problem with many of these senior diets is they reduce the protein. Yes. And at 11 years old, we do not want to do that. Especially we never want to reduce the protein unless your cat's in like stage 3, stage 4 kidney failure. Would you ever want to start to reduce the protein that they get, because their bodies will start eating themselves. They are obligate carnivores, and they will cannibalize themselves, and they will start to waste away. So no, we are not fans of senior diets. When cats are starting to be considered seniors, and no, we're not fans of that.
In fact, I mean, if you want just kind of a reference, our last podcast that we did with Dr. Katie Kangas, we were talking about kidney disease, but that's a great topic for senior cats. You just expect cats to get kidney disease, but she did a great job of addressing the low fat, low protein, low phosphorus diet that you should give to senior kitties. And there's a lot of conventional veterinarians that think that that's just status quo. But please go to you're on Facebook. You can go to
DM us and we'll send it to you.
We'll send it to you.
It was just
but
last
Dr.
week.
Katie did a great job of
5 days ago
of really talking about nutritional needs, and especially as our cats get older.
Yep.
So, all right.
Okay, guys, that is going to wrap up Q&A Monday.
Get Zorro out of the shop again.
Yeah, he's not in the shop anymore. Now he's trying to go back in probably.
Oh my God.
But we love you guys so much. We will be back this Wednesday for our podcast with Dr. Barry Sands, and she is going to help all of us as humans help reduce holiday stress, so we can help reduce that holiday stress in our cats. And by just holiday stress, like this time of year, because it gets so dark so early, it stays dark so long, and all the, like plans and things that we
Christmas
do.
crazies.
Yeah,
you guys get it.
We just tend to be more anxious.
I'm so excited for
she's
Wednesday.
going to help us. And even if you're not anxious at this time of year, she's going to give us so many awesome tips that are going to help us throughout the year to help reduce our stress, so that we can help our cats be happier and healthier as well.
Dr. Barry Sands
join us
coming up this Wednesday.
5 o'clock
Please
Pacific time,
us.
8 p.m. Eastern, right here, same time, same place. We love you so much.
Happy Monday, you guys.
And we will see you very soon. Bye, guys.
Love you. Good night.